Because they also depend on movement to exist for observers, space and matter alternate. Either we have space with dimensions or we have matter with dimensions. Never accumulation of both. Why does the speed of light always present the same constant value for any observer in any situation of movement in which he finds himself? Because it is a very simple linear movement that does not even have a rest mass, which cannot even remain at rest. Light cannot present compositions of movements in relation to the observer, always presenting the same speed to any observer. The fact that every observer also always travels at the same speed of light in its combined displacement through space and time is the other factor that closes the equation. Physically, everything that happens in one temporal direction can also happen in the opposite direction. There is no physical impossibility of completely reversing the result of any scientific experiment. For physics, suicide never means the end of life in an absolute way. For physics, suicide just means erasing memories temporarily. We erase memories every day when we forget something. Just as the universe had no beginning, life never ends. We must always analyze and seek to know any issue as a whole. Thinking about the total and generic aspects of the situation as a whole is always much more enlightening. The second law of thermodynamics, that disorder always increases, seems to give an arrow, a direction in time that only appears when physical systems have a large number of components. The way events happen over time has a completely probabilistic, statistical nature, most of which can happen completely the other way around. Quantum physics does not obey the rules of locality in space. It correctly admits influences, non-local interdependencies across space and time. The observer's role as interpreter of the universe is to formulate a description of what we know. Fundamental physics is closely associated with human consciousness. If we look at reality simply without trying to think about it at all, we realize that there is very little or almost nothing left. I venture to say that what is left is really nothing from the point of view of a stone or any other irrational physical object, for example. The existence of reality has its most important support in the fact of thinking and rethinking about it, constantly remembering it, repeating it incessantly in our thoughts, files, books, records, memories. The theory of copies, the constant thinking about reality, and remaking it, even if it occurs in our mind, is the most powerful support that reality has for the construction of its existence. The many worlds, the idea that everything that can occur even with minimal probabilities does occur, is completely accepted by the fact that the universe is eternal and infinity. The universe is one and only. The colossal, infinite network, populated by copies of all physical objects, including living beings, occurs in this universe. Seen as knowledge, we construct the meaning of physical reality. Can we take the observations we make of the world as undoubtedly real data? The most enduring rational discoveries have one characteristic in common: the symmetry. The nothing that reality means to a stone or to the universe allows us to admit with absolute certainty that the laws of physics that operate here are exactly the same that operate in the farthest corners of the universe that one can imagine. Rotational symmetry is based on the fact that all spatial directions are on an equal footing with each other because empty space is continuous. The speed of light is an inviolable natural constant. It doesn't suffer the effects of the composition of the movements, as a ball doesn't seem to change its appearance, does not matter which side it rotates. Special relativity exposes the symmetry between all observers moving at fixed speeds relative to each other. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel and give your like if you enjoy it.